Welcome to the Black Cat Panther podcast, man. It's your boy, your host with the most, your boy Dub Q in the building, man. And I got a really special crew with me tonight, man. I would like to welcome you guys to two fans in the stands, man. What's going on, brothers? How y'all doing?
Happening?
What's
What's
going
happening?
on? What's going on, Q? What's happening, man?
What
Appreciate
up?
you.
What up? What up?
All right, man. It's a pleasure one to have you guys here. And look, make sure y'all make y'all way back on in here. And if you're new in here, come on in here, subscribe to the channel, man. Like this video. We got two fans in the stands. Man, look, they in the Black Cat today. We got them in the building,
Already.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's a
Yes,
Oh,
pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
man, look at here. Fellas, how y'all feeling? Popping, Wiley, what's going on with y'all?
You already know. We in the building.
Good to go, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's get into it, man. Before we get started, man, please welcome CJ and Tony on in the building. We wanna know, how did two fans in the stands come about? Either one of you guys can hit us with it, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead and talk to that one right there.
well, I've been playing sports all my life. You know, football is my love and everything. And how the podcast came about, it was my wife's idea. First of all, I can't remember who the 76ers were playing. Um, it was the game where Ben Simmons only scored like 5 points, and he didn't take any shots in the fourth quarter. I can't remember who they played in the conference finals that year, but I was going off about it, and my wife was like, "You should start a podcast." I was like, "Huh? What?"
I'll be. So basically, Ben Simmons gave you inspiration. Him not taking no shots said, I got to talk about this right here.
Yeah, listen,
Boy,
I'm not even a 76ers fan. I'm just a sports fan, period. And
Hmm.
everything that I had been saying about Ben Simmons, even when he was at LSU and getting drafted, I kept telling people he was not a franchise style player. He was not worth all the money that people were saying that he should be paid. Now I understood what the market price and all that, but if I was a GM, he's not somebody I would have gave 30, 40 million dollars to, because his production didn't match the money that he wanted up front. So I was just venting. I was just going off about it, man. And my wife was like, you need to start a podcast. So I thought about it and I was like, huh. Well, if I do a podcast, who I'm going to get as a partner? Because I know football, I know basketball, but not as much as football. So my partner Charles, my homeboy, he knows basketball, and we talked about it first, and needless to say, long story short, it didn't come to fruition. So uh I thought about it for a while, and I didn't want to do one by myself, because when I'm conversating or talking about football, talking about sports in general, I ain't talking to myself, I'm talking to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how to have that one-on-one type person conversation. That's not a conversation, you know. So I was like, well, shit. After about a year went by, I posed the question to CJ about getting started, and I was surprised at his reaction at first, because both of us are Panther fans, both of us are Tar Heel fans, so it kind of
mhm.
fell right into the wheelhouse of what I was looking for, because we initially was going to be talking about the Panthers and the Tar Heels, and do some trial and errors or whatnot. We just decided just to focus on the Panthers, right? So yeah, that's how I got started. So what, July, August last year, we did the first couple videos. Well, audio, let me say that, because neither one of us was enough to put our face on screen. So I think this is what CJ was telling you Q earlier, was like, shit, up
Mhm.
until like the whole season, we was like up at like 35
Just
subscribers.
audio.
And it wasn't until after the end of the season, we want to say like middle of January, 1st of February, we did our first actual video with our face on the screen. And it built up, and it's been, kind of taking off ever since then, man. We ain't looked back. So we new to this. I can come up with some good ideas, here and there, but on the technical side of it, that's all CJ, man. So everything that you see with two fans in the stands, man, from the audio, from the video, I mean, that's all my cousin. I had to tip my hat to him for that, because without him, it wouldn't be no two fans in the stands. You dig?
Man, I love it, man. I
But
love it.
Take that.
but that's where y'all messed up though. You should have stayed with the Tar Heels. You should have been the Tar because Drake may get ready to take us to the championship.
Hey, go. Hold on. Hey,
Hey,
go. Look, nice to meet you face to face. So to say, I appreciate you. But yeah, but I think I think he still might. But we got to going with the whole Panther thing, and then we were like, because we did Tar Heel football last year too, but then we got down to and we were like, you know what? Let's just focus on the Panthers because we were going to do basketball, Tar Heel football, and then we were like, man, like this a lot. So we were like, let's just narrow it down and let's just focus on the Panthers. And it's wild. And I told Q this earlier. When Tony came to me with the idea, first thing I said, we ain't got to get on camera, dude. He was like, nah. I was like, okay, cool. Because at first, I had to get over hearing myself talk. That was always the thing with me. I hate the sound of my voice because I was always like, that's not me. That's not how I sound. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. And then come about middle of January, February, I went to Tony and I was like, cuz. I said, you know what? I said, bump it. I said, let's go ahead and get on video. He was like, well, how are we going to do that? I said, I don't know yet. I said, but give me some time. I said, let me figure it out. I said, let me YouTube it. And here we are.
Man.
Here we are, baby. Hey, and before you get started, hey, GO, I want to say last time I was on, my audio was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all try you and Q clown me. I don't know what was said. I can't remember. But my audio good now, my boy. I'm on your ass today now.
Your ass go. Your ass.
I got you. I wouldn't expect salute. I wouldn't expect no more.
Hey, look, let me tell you, he deserved every bit of that smoke, gold. I told him. I told him, I said, dog. I said, look, man, I applaud you for going over there. Because we've been kind of hesitant, kind of timid about, trying to get on other people's lives and stuff. We trying to make sure we got our stuff right first. And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, hey, good job. Hey, stepping out. I said, but dog, you better call me next time, man. Make sure you got your shit straight. I said, you represent both of us, man.
Yeah,
I sound like he gurgling mouthwash.
No, CJ, Q set him up though. Q was like, pull up. Pull up
Thank you.
Set a nigga up for the kill.
He's like, shit, all right.
Yeah.
Came on here with the
cracking up over there. It's all good. It's all good.
Man, look, I'm glad to have both of you guys here, man. No doubt about it. We're gonna dig into it. How did you guys become Panther fans? What made y'all say, okay, I want to rock with the Panthers, bro?
I'll go ahead and start. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina. That's where I was born. Born in Wilmington, raised in Charlotte. Okay, I've been in Charlotte. Had been in Charlotte ever since 84. So I was like 11 years old when we first moved to Charlotte. And I grew up a Cowboys fan. On my mother's side of the family, I had a cousin that was All-American at Florida State. So Florida State was my college. And when he got drafted by the Cowboys became my team. So that's all I knew. So 93 rolled around, Jerry Richardson wanted to bring a football team to the Carolinas. Well, I'm all in, you know what I mean? So it was until 95. Fun fact, the Hall of Fame game between the Panthers and the Jaguars was July 30th, 1995. That's the day my daughter was born. My daughter was born at 12:18. My daughter was born at 12:18 p.m. and I was home by 1 o'clock to watch the kickoff.
Boy, that's right up Wiley alley. You know, Wiley like to go back to what year you say?
1995.
1995. Oh boy, that's Wiley. Yeah,
that's a good stuff.
Lamar.
I've been a Panthers fan ever since, man. Ever since the inception. So that's who I rock with.
Good deal.
Yeah, and me, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up in a little town called Bolivia, North Carolina, Brunswick County. It's
Oh
about 30
man.
minutes south of Wilmington. So look, I thought somebody was gonna be like, I know that place. Every time I mention Blair,
Yeah.
somebody be like, I've been through there before.
Hey man, I got kin people over there, man. I got kin people over there.
Okay. We
What?
have to talk after then. We have to talk.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
I'm
to talk
telling
yeah,
you,
afterwards
man,
yeah.
then.
it never fails.
I'm going to a family reunion at the end of the month over there.
Oh, okay,
What
cool.
family?
That's what's
Wait a
up.
minute, Doc. What family reunion? See, our family is from
Oh, here
Brunswick
we go.
County.
Y'all
Supply,
might be cousins. Here we
Olivia,
go.
Oh
Shanae.
yeah.
Hey, so
Cousin.
you know, anywhere up and down Highway 17 between Myrtle Beach and Wilmington,
You got
that's our
somebody
stomping
down there.
ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, most definitely.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, man. I was gonna say I grew up. I was a Buffalo fan for whatever reason on Midway Road where I grew up. You know, shout out to Midway. I caught Buffalo Bills games all the time, and you know, I became a fan. I sat through 4 straight years of heartbreak and damn Super Bowls, and then when they announced that the Panthers were coming, I jumped right on the bandwagon. I said, "Damn Buffalo!" I said, "Y'all ain't winning shit."
said hell with that. I can't waste no
Hell
more
with
time
it.
with
Yeah.
y'all.
But crazy
Exactly.
enough, though, I caught Buffalo Bill games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my squad.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, look at here. We're gonna start digging into some of the regular stuff here. How do y'all
Mm-hmm.
feel about the current regime that's in place, man? Frank, Tepper, the crew. How y'all feeling about these fellas?
Go ahead, CJ.
Hey man, I feel great about them. Like I really do. And I look at it going back to we got a lot of coaching experience. Okay, we got a lot of we got a lot of head coaches with playing experience. All right. And I
Mm.
think that's going to take us a long way. But the regime as a whole, it seems like they're more focused on doing what needs to be done to help the team grow. I mean, because you go back to like when Gettleman was the GM and then Hurney before then. I hated Marty Hurney. I couldn't stand him. I hated him with a passion. If I saw him in the
Facts.
streets and he was on the side of the road, I keep going. You know, I mean, I couldn't stand Marty Hurney. And then we got Gettleman. And Gettleman built a little something, but then when it came to paying people, trying to keep him here, he said, "The hell with y'all, I'll replace you. You know, I don't need none of you." He said, "I'll find something else." Okay, and then we get back and so then we get Fitterer in. And Fitterer seems like, you know, he's been on it since the beginning. His major setback to me at first was Matt Rule. Okay.
hmm
So now that we got rid of Matt Rule, you know, we got a great coaching staff. They got a lot of playing experience. And to be honest with you, for the first time, I really believe in the coaching staff. I really believe in them. You know, it seems like they're getting for the first time, and God knows how long. To me, I don't know how everybody else feels, but it's like offensive line is a priority. You know, keeping our quarterback off of his ass and off of the injury list is a damn priority for once. You know, because I go back to Andrew Norwell. You know, he had that great season, and then Gettleman was like, "You want to get paid? Absolutely not. We'll find somebody to replace you." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and then you know, back when Cam got his shoulder torpedoed by TJ Watt, I mean, it's just it's good to see a staff that feels like they got the players' best interests in mind, and they have a goal. From what I can tell, they have a goal and they have something that they're aspiring to. So for me, I feel great about them.
All right, Tony, you feel the same way, or you? How you feeling about them?
No, I feel good about them. This is the first time in Panthers history where we had an offensive minded head coach. Every head coach that we had since we became a team has been defensive minded. And this is probably the most player led coaching staff that we have had in a long time. When you look at the coordinator positions, so let me just run it down. Frank Wright, head coach, former quarterback. Josh McCown, quarterback coach, former quarterback. Thomas Brown, offense coordinator, former running back. D'Angelo Hall, assistant secondary coach. Sean Jefferson, wide receiver coach. James Campen, offensive lineman. You got guys that have played the game. Like me and CJ had this conversation a while back, and I tell him when you know the game, that's like me coaching. I can coach a running back, but I can only coach them to a certain limit.
Mm-hmm.
I never play on a pro level or collegiate level. So there's somebody that has played the game at those levels that can take their game or that running back to another level that I can't take him because I haven't played that game. So I always feel there's always that little added something that a player that has played the game before that can give you, that no matter what kind of experience that you have as a coach, if you haven't played that game at the highest level, at the NFL level, you still are missing something. And players relate to other former players. They relate a whole lot better to former players than just a coach that's been coaching 20, 30 years. Well, now you got a head coach that's been coaching for 15 years and played 15 years. Josh McCown played 17 years. D'Angelo Hall played 13, 14 years. I can't remember how many Sean Jefferson played. And then you bring in someone like Don Capers, senior offensive analyst. You bring in someone like Jim Caldwell. Like that's like the coup de grace of legends. You know what I'm saying? So on
Tony,
paper,
Tony, Tony.
yeah. What?
I yeah, you
Tell me,
believe in
Q.
lying ass Frank? You believe in him?
And Frank, I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna tell you why I believe in Frank Wright.
Mm.
When Frank Wright, so a lot of people want to hinder what Frank Wright did in Indianapolis, but they forget about what Frank Wright did when he was in Philadelphia as a coordinator. They forget about the offense that he built for Doug Peterson that brought them a Super Bowl in Philadelphia. Now,
Mm.
when he's in Indianapolis, I would say that was a trial and error for him. Cause who was his quarterback? Carson Wentz. Now, come on, dog. Come on,
So
Carson
so
Wentz.
so so so,
Don't,
so
hey,
Carson
don't dig
Wentz,
a hole, Tony. Don't dig a
Matt
hole now.
Ryan,
Don't dig a
each
hole.
came
Right.
out had 3,700 yards. Them boys had over 30 touchdowns. Well, 28 touchdowns to be exact from Matt Ryan. You mean to tell me you
Okay.
can't win with that with an elite defense?
But what? But how many turnovers?
I think he had
Now
like
you
11,
you you
11,
can
11 interceptions, I believe.
okay. And how many fumbles? Not
Well,
just
see,
interceptions.
I ain't kept up
How
with the
many
fumbles
fumbles?
now. I ain't
See,
kept up with the fumbles.
but that it's all well and good. You can throw 30, 35, 40 touchdowns, but if you can't limit your mistakes and you throwing crucial interceptions at crucial times, or turning over the ball in crucial times, or not delivering the ball in crucial times, like Carson Wentz does, it doesn't even matter what you've done up until that point. You have to be able, as a quarterback, you have to be able to stand in the pocket and deliver for your team in crucial moments. You can go up and down the field all day long, all the yards, throw,
Mhm.
throw touchdowns, whatever. But what about the interceptions? What about the fumbles at crucial times? That what kills you.
But
So
Tony,
I
check
And
this
they
out. You
and
said,
go ahead, go.
uh,
they haven't always had an elite defense. They ain't have no elite defense in
Well,
Indianapolis. Let's be clear.
let's make this clear. Leonard, you got Stephon Gilmore. You had some guys over there. The edge rusher in Gawkaway. They had
Yeah,
Okay.
some guys over there.
I agree with what Tony said because it's the same thing that I'm telling all these Saints fans. It's not the fact that you don't have a bad quarterback, but when it comes to the big game, he turns over the ball when it's not needed to be. And that's why
Exactly.
I said Matt Ryan is gonna make one of our corners in his division all pro. Somebody's gonna be that guy because he throws the ball in the wrong times. He turns it over.
That that Matt Ryan decision, I don't even understand.
I mean Derek
I
Carr,
don't
my
even
bad, Derek Carr.
understand why even bringing why I don't even understand why they brought him into Indianapolis. Now I
now
understand that
was
they
that
wanted
was,
to
was
get
that
ready.
Frank fault though? Was that Frank fault, Tony? Do you think that was Frank fault?
No, I think it was Jim Irsay.
Okay.
Jim Irsay wanted Matt Ryan more than Frank Wright did.
See, everybody wants to blame everything on Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay crazy. Jim Irsay do this. Jim Irsay do that. Frank Wright, as the head coach, has a bully pulpit to get up there at press conferences or whatever and tell the tale of the tape, or say he didn't want this guy, or pick his guy. He went up there and let him. He wanted Carson Wentz because he worked with him in Philly. That didn't work. Had to go back at the band-aid after band-aid. You just said that this coaching staff, being former players, head coaches and stuff like that, they should be able to see stuff that is not going to work. They messed around and he let them. Because he was there. He let them get Matt Ryan, and he picked up the 40-some-odd $1 million. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He picked Matt Ryan with a bum-ass shoulder, and $40 million came in the door behind him.
But that's what yes men do, Go. Come on, you already know.
Hold on.
Frank is a damn yes man. Yes man.
Hold on.
Hold on, Go. What did you say? You said they figure out stuff and be wrong. Okay. Frank Wright went through that, and I guarantee you he ain't gonna do that shit again.
He done did it already. He went.
How?
He just did it.
He went. Did you not understand what he said? Did y'all not understand what Temple said? He had his quarterback hand picked before the Super Bowl. He said that. So your coach that came in a month later before afterwards had to go with the flow of whoever he had done picked.
Now
it was already predetermined.
We got the best draft prospect in coming out of college.
So let me.
I'll take it.
TJ and Tony.
Is that yet to be seen? That's yet to be seen yet.
Who was y'all?
Here we go.
Hey, you right.
Hold on, go. Right. CJ, Tony. Who was your pick for the #1 draft as your quarterback? Who was your quarterback? Who did y'all want?
I ain't gonna lie. We both wanted CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
The dummy! Oh my God!
Come on, man! Come on.
He said the dummy, man. Come on.
Oh man!
They were proud with Stroud. Okay. So now that we don't have CJ, we don't have AR, we don't have Will Levis.
Thank God.
And you've been hearing a lot of compliments about Bryce. Even the Jets quarterback, he rant and raved about it. He's like, man, y'all got something special. Like he's gonna be a great quarterback. Do y'all what concerns do y'all have? Do y'all have any concerns about his size? Like what things have been running across y'all mind about Bryce Young?
Hey, look, we saw him firsthand at training camp. I ain't got no issues with his size at all. Now mind you, I know this is cliche saying this, but he stands tall in the pocket. I know he only 5'10", but he stands tall, he throw that ball and he get it where it got to go. My only thing is he's still small. He's so the line has to keep him off his ass.
That's my main concern too.
That's my main concern.
What about
Go. I know you heard that. Go.
I done heard it. The same line that's got the all-pro guard hurt, and they bringing in pretty much a rookie in 𝐥𝐸𝐬.
What Go?
Who got him? Who got him hurt?
Look, like you said, we gotta wait and see.
Who got him hurt? Go.
Huh? I guess the dumbass interim coach that was playing for nothing. They got both our starting guards hurt.
Nah, I'm not gonna let you talk about Steve Wilkes. Go. Yeah, you got to stop that.
I talk about Steve Wilkes monkey ass. You understand what I'm saying? No, he was playing them boys for nothing. He was playing for nothing.
Yo.
And both our starting guards got hurt. Come on, bro. They can't we glad that Brady started the season. Don't start that shit, Wiley. Don't start that shit.
You on that bullshit, Go. You on that bullshit.
Hey, watch this. We might end up being family, but I can't rock with you on that one, man. It ain't like when the hell of all the play was like.
Hell your ass go. Hell your ass go.
I'm curious.
At the point when them boys got hurt the last game of the season, after we lost to Tampa, what were we playing for?
Right.
Well, shit. What you saying? Go in that case, if that's the way you feel. Are you saying that we shouldn't have played any of the starters in the last game? Everybody should have sat down.
I think we should have.
That was the case. They could have paid me. I'd have got out there and blocked somebody.
Exactly.
I think that's when you try to see what you have in 𝐥𝐸𝐬, who hasn't played a recordable down the whole year. That's why you see what you have, and I don't
Brandon
know.
Smith.
Deontay Brown.
Brandon Smith, Deontay Brown. You know, play shot whoever some damn more. Anybody. Bravion Roy, fat ass, who couldn't pass the damn physical shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what,
That's
though?
somebody.
Oh my God! Tell him, Wally. Tell him, Wally.
We can't see into the future. Ain't
That's
hey,
true.
he
That's
didn't send
true.
them out there.
But
He didn't send them out there and be like, you know what? I know they're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna send them anyway.
His future was he was trying to get a job. He was trying to book a job. That's all it was.
But
what's wrong with it? That white man told him. That white man told him, you gotta do something incredible. Incredible, bro. Exceptional.
To even be considered.
And you have to get the playoffs.
And you done got knocked out the playoffs. What you getting ready to do exceptional?
Hold on. We got a question from the chat. Shout out to Wolf Solidify. He said, Q asked him if Bryce Young is king or unicorn. I'll give you the definition of each. A king is the ruler of an independent state or one who inherits a position by birth. Now, a unicorn is something that is highly desirable but difficult to find or obtain. Now, be mindful. Difficult to find or obtain is a unicorn. Do we have that special guy?
I would go with that definition, with the two definitions that you just laid out. I would say unicorn, and here's why. Because you don't find too many 5'10", 195-pound quarterbacks playing in the NFL. You just don't. You know, that is something that's difficult and hard to find.
Tony, I hate to serve you up on the platter. I hate to have to do it.
I want to hear what CJ say. I want to hear what CJ got to say. CJ, what your pick is?
To be honest, I would say it's still to be determined. That's my motto. Okay, and we was talking about this the other night. We all got high hopes. We all got opinions. We all got stuff that we don't like. We all got stuff that we like. Okay. Right. When the rubber meets the road and they get their asses out here and play a few games and we see some stats, some figures, we can break down some film, then I'll have a more, of a detailed answer for you. But right now, we are our gas tanks are running on hopes and dreams right now. Okay? and the shit is about empty.
That's what you with me. That's what I was calling hopes. Now see, CJ, I can route with that. Tony, you just collecting shovels around this motherfucker.
Stop it, Tony.
You have all your buddies around that thing that whole way and everything.
I wasn't gonna sugarcoat the answer. The man asked me a direct question.
Okay.
That's right. Tell him how you feel, Tony. Don't let him back you up.
And based off the definition, that was my answer. It is what it is.
You about to be a fanboy. You about to be a fanboy.
Oh,
about to be a fanboy?
Here we go.
God, it ain't been 5 minutes and you done put him in the fanboy.
God. First of all, I'm not a fan of Alabama. That's number one. Number two, he was not my first choice as being the number one overall pick.
Number three.
Number two. And number three, I ain't got number three, so but this is still with number one.
I like it.
All right.
I come a little bit late, so what I'm trying to figure is, well, let's ask this question. I don't know if Q asked it. How do y'all feel about jumping from 9-1 and what we gave up?
I think it was necessary. And why I say that is because there's no way that we could take the next step forward as an organization if we didn't go out and do what we need to do to solidify our position get our future franchise quarterback. When you bring it in a whole new regime, whole new coaching staff, offensively, defensively, Scott Fitterer finally get a chance to run the organization like he want to do it instead of being micromanaged by Matt Rule.
Mhm.
These guys they understood, and Frank Wright being fired in Indianapolis, I believe he has learned from the mistakes that he had when he was in Indianapolis. So
I
coming
agree.
to a clean slate, in order to do what they need to do, they took the aggressive approach. I hate that they gave up DJ Moore,
We
but
Mhm.
do, we
I
both do.
understand. I understand the reasoning for doing it. In order for you to jump from 9-1, you had to give up something more than just 3, 4, or 5 picks.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
a
a
sacrificial lamb.
there were two
Mhm.
particular players that the Chicago Bears wanted. They wanted either DJ Moore or Brian Burns. That's what they wanted.
Burns
They
can't
wanted
go no way.
either one of those two
DJ
Exactly.
in the
Moore
draft
all day.
pick.
DJ Moore
Yeah.
all
Hey,
day.
If
and
Brian Burns or CJ Stroud wouldn't have been in this draft class and all the other quarterbacks would have been there, Carolina would have never traded up to number 1 and would stay at number 9.
I agree
Because
with
this
that.
wasn't the draft class to do it in.
Yeah. Hey, but go to add on to that, I give you a few names: Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
Oh
I'm with
Lord.
it. I'm tired of them going down off Amble Drive to the recycle center and
PJ
put
Walker.
damn quarterbacks, out the damn mess before they get crushed up. We were working with recycle players for a minute. I used to tell my pops that I said you all used to always go get somebody's equipment that somebody had done wore out, and then he spent a bunch of damn money trying to make it better, trying to make it work, and the shit ain't never worked. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the last few years. So we gave up something. Now we went and got the brand new Ferrari on the lot. Okay, and I just
Is
say
it a Ferrari though?
that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Ooh,
Is it a Ferrari
Ferrari.
though?
Slow
It's
down,
more like
there,
Hey,
it's
guys.
more like a
Ooh.
Slow
Lotus.
down. Slow
but
down.
It's more
Pop,
like a Lotus.
hey,
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
hold
yeah.
Lotus.
on though. Hold on
Now
though.
watch out,
Based,
It's kind of like a
based
Lotus.
off based off his resume,
More like a
based off his
Corvette.
resume, you have to give him that prop though.
No,
National
he
champion,
signed. He signed that
Heisman
contract.
Trophy.
He
Hold
signed
Mhm.
that
on, hold on.
contract, Tony, on that Saturday. That don't mean shit. Alabama shit don't mean shit.
I
When he
know, but
signed that contract
okay,
that Saturday, fuck
my whole
Alabama.
point is, every rookie that got drafted, right? They got drafted where they got drafted at based off of resume, based off of what they did in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think of Bryce Young and you go back even further. He came out of high school as a 5-star recruit, number 1 recruit in the country. Went to Alabama, okay? Won the Heisman Trophy his sophomore year, won a national title, first overall pick. He has built
No.
a resume from high school to the day he got drafted. Now I understand. Now once he signed that contract, okay, it's a clean
Look
slate.
at the
Now
D.
he got to start creating a whole new resume.
Look at the
Well,
D. Look at the D. Look at
I
the D.
see him.
Look at the D.
He
Look at the
know,
D.
hey,
I'm
hey,
trying to
Look at
CJ,
the D.
Hey,
CJ, you
know,
see,
I'm
hey,
you
trying
see
to
what
do.
that comment said?
yeah,
Ferrari
that's why I
engine with the
laughed
body
at
of a
with the body
Prius.
of a Prius.
Yeah,
Hey, but
yeah,
go.
I agree
Oh,
with
hold
that.
on,
Hey,
Absolutely.
I gotta have my cousin
Tony,
back. Go, I gotta have my cousin. Them
let me
same
hold on.
shovels
Let me
that
get
you
it.
say.
Hold, let me get.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
Them
go ahead.
same
Cause you
shovels
want
that
to
you say
okay.
we digging now. Them
Help your
same
cousin
shovels
out.
you say we digging. The same shovels you say we digging now. Come the middle of the season, this shit work out. I'm coming swinging with them same shovels.
Get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come get
All
it.
right,
We don't
Hey,
use shovels
hey,
no
but
more. We use white
check
chairs.
this out. See, this
there
is
you
why.
go.
This is why y'all. This is why.
Yeah, Alabama people.
Damn.
I got both of y'all. I'm gonna say this is why two fans in the stands. Two fans in the stands. Y'all. Two fans in the stand. This is why I say once he signed that contract that Saturday,
Mhm.
all that resume shit don't matter. You said he was this and that, right, Tony? Trevor Lawrence, national champion, Trevor Lawrence. Heisman
Okay.
Trophy winner, Trevor Lawrence. His accolades is better. Why do we say he was? Why did you say the other day they said he was the first year? A bum. He wasn't going to make it. This and that. So them
Yeah.
Who
accolades in
said
college don't
Who
who
told
said
you
that?
that, Go?
Who said
That's
that?
why.
Who
That's
told
what.
you that?
No.
This
Wiley
Oh, you
said
gotta
that's
start
why
getting
hold
he
your
was
on.
news
taking.
out the quick trip now.
No, Wiley said that's why they were taking his first year. Riley, because
I
the way he
told you
looked,
Urban Meyer
right,
was a
Wiley?
horrible
Yes.
coach. Coaching
Yes.
No, but
matters.
every all the news clips and
Yeah.
everything is Trevor this. They was asking the question: Is he going? Is he going to
Yes.
make
They
this?
did do
Is he
that.
going to do this? Is he going to translate? Was he the right pick? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
all that he
But
did in
it's
Clemson, that shit don't matter.
it.
It don't
Listen,
matter.
but here's the thing. So when you're trying to compare, you got to make sure you compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges. When Trevor
Okay.
Lawrence came in his first year into the league, just like Q said, he had Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer didn't make it, 12, 13 games. He was in a
Mm-hmm.
fucked up
Didn't.
situation from day one. He
Go.
came
The
into a
bitch
messed
at
up
the bar,
situation.
two-stepping with a woman at the bar when he's supposed to be getting on the bus.
You ain't
I
I
lying.
know.
mean,
How the
You ain't
hell you gonna
lying.
win a game when your coach think about
let,
Hey,
let,
support?
so,
look, every time I done lost that game, I ain't worried about that shit. I'm trying to win this one at the bar. You see what I'm saying? He just done lost that game.
I
He's
don't
trying to
forgot what I
win at
was
the bar.
saying.
So
So I want
damn
I want
that,
I want
bro. You feel me?
I want to go back to something CJ said. The reference of used parts. You know, before the draft and all that. What I'm saying, me and my compadres, we will always talk about, who got on the team, this, that, and other. And I used to call us the Carolina Panthers workshop. I said because everybody we would
Speak
get,
on
we can fix you. Come on, Rob the Bank. We'll fix you. We'll fix your leg. We'll fix your bad knees. And so since we are where we at now,
it.
who are y'all offensive X factor on the team? CJ and Tony.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, my X factor on the offense. That's kind of crazy. Believe it or not, I'm gonna say the unit, the offensive line. And reason why I say the offensive line as a unit, because everything is imperative that they be who they were last year in order to protect and keep Bryce Young upright. I think everything in front of him is going to determine whether he have a make or break year. If that offensive line is solidified and give him the time that he needs to do what he do back there in the pocket, I think he's going to have a great year. If that line breaks down, God help him. So I'm gonna go with the offensive line. I'm gonna say the offensive line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That offensive line is your X factor. h- how good do you think this offensive line is going to really, really be though? Because for a little guy like Bryce, you gonna damn near need heaven's gates for this guy to stay upright. But you see some of them hits that those guys were taking in the quarterback documentary. Y'all seen that in Netflix?
I
No,
ain't
I
watched
haven't
it yet.
watched that. No, I ain't watched.
Oh my God! I
Oh,
watched Kirk
please
Cousins.
watch it tonight. Please watch it tonight,
Okay.
y'all. If y'all get a chance,
It's
please
it's
watch it.
a must. I watch a guy like Kirk Cousins was so swollen up after a game from taking so many hits he could barely close his hands to be able to
Mhm.
throw a football, much less look at a football. So it's gruesome to the quarterback for his body during the season. I seen Bryce take some hits, but if he take the hit, are you guys going to be concerned?
Well, I think
As long as he get up.
that's for anybody. That's for anybody. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks no matter what the size, whether he's 6 feet, 6'3", or 6'6". We've seen quarterbacks take the hit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they haven't been right after that. But when I look at Bryce and I look at some of the hits that he took while he was at Alabama. Let's not forget he played in the toughest conference in college football. Not just the toughest conference, but the toughest division within the conference. He took hits from players, from guys from LSU, from Florida, from Tennessee. Some of these same guys are in the league right now. I mean, it's hard to measure or say what ifs until it happens. I think he's in a position. I think he know how to protect himself. I think he has enough maneuverability back there in the pocket to where he's not gonna just stand there like a statue and let you square him up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, I listen, I can only go by what I've seen thus far on tape. And I went back and I watched his sophomore year and his junior year highlights about 4 or 5 times. And I've seen some of the big hits that he took. Like when they played Texas that year, he was getting drilled against Texas. Like Texas was laying that wood to him. He got right back on. He got right back up. Kept on ticking. So I don't think it's a question of whether he can take a hit. The hit, what does that look like? We don't know. We don't know until it happens. But I have seen him take a hit and get up and keep it moving.
So who would y'all say is y'all defensive X factor then? Since you said the offensive line is yours.
Go ahead, CJ.
For me, I think the defensive X factor could be Jeremy Chin and what role that he's going to play, because we still haven't got a clear picture. I mean, he's probably going to be in that big nickel situation, but I mean, he's going to be in coverage. He's going to be on the line. He's probably going to be blitzing, and just like I said, I'm just interested to see exactly what they're going to do with him, because when we went to camp, you know, you saw him lined up all over the field, but I didn't get like a concrete indication, like, okay, he's going to be doing this, he's going to be doing that. But you know, I think he got caught up last year a lot of times when he was out in coverage, and if he can get back to where he was at his rookie year when he was wrecking havoc all over the place, you know, causing fumbles, scooping them up, scoring touchdown, but he was more at the line of scrimmage that entire year than he has been the last two. And for me, I see that as what potentially they're going to do with him this year. So for him, he would be my X factor.
Hey, Q, check this out.
What's up?
So they said that they are C.J. Stroud fans. Don't the Texans play tonight? Are you gonna check out C.J. tonight?
No.
Well, look, I got to get off here and go to my son's scrimmage, so now I'm probably gonna miss that. Hey, look, it's the Bryce is right, man. It's Bryce time.
Oh, the Bryce is right. Here we go.
Hey,
he got jingles already.
Slogan of the year.
I got that from you know, when he was drafted. But you know, we wanted Stroud. Okay, we're not going to deny that. We wanted C.J. Stroud. But we always said, if you go back and look at our videos, we always said we prefer C.J. Stroud right then. But if we got Bryce Young, we would be fully, you know, happy with that, and we would support him. Okay,
exactly.
But yeah, you know, it's just, hey, I wish C.J. Stroud luck, but you know, I ain't got nothing to do with him now till they play us.
And Paul, we wasn't fans of C.J. Stroud. CJ,
I got you.
Stroud was a choice, not a fan.
Got you. No, I got you. I'm glad y'all cleared that up.
I'm gonna put it like this: if you had to choose one person on this team that you could really say, this guy is it for me. This is the one guy. As the team goes, we go. As he go, the team goes. Who's that MVP for you that this season you say that's the guy?
Trubisky.
Here we go. There go Wiley, boy.
You know what, Papa? I don't disagree with that, but for me, I'm gonna say J.C. Horn.
Oh, good one.
Because J.C. Horn, we got a hell of a front seven, I do believe, and just like I was telling Goat, okay, our tanks are running on hopes and dreams right now, and we've seen a little bit of it at training camp, and it looked damn good from what we saw. Okay, it's still room for improvement, but it looked damn good. But the one position that I have been harping on for God knows how long is the cornerback position. You know, I pray on everything I love, everything I got, everything I have in the future, that J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson stay healthy the entire year, because I have zero confidence in anybody below them.
So for the record, you're not on the C.J. Henderson train.
Hell, man, no.
What damn train?
Hey,
shout out to Rashad. I told you.
Look at that. You gotta watch Q. Q be sneak dissing.
Look, I just want to make sure that nobody else
do that.
C.J. Henderson is that guy, man. He's that guy.
Hey,
so
Rashad
I hear.
Got a few guys. Rashad got a few guys over there hyping up C.J. Probably about 5 of them.
Man,
but you see,
I'm gonna get you later, Rashad. I tell you, I couldn't wait.
Nah, bro. You can't. Nah, bro.
Yeah, he's recruiting.
Hey, look, let me tell you, no, C.J. Stroud is not He is nice. For me, that that train derailed a long time
No, he talking
ago.
about C.J. Henderson. He
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
C.J.
Henderson.
Henderson.
I
He talking
got
about
you.
I'm
C.J.
sorry.
Stroud.
I meant
Oh, I got
Henderson.
you.
I'm sorry.
Henderson.
I'm my bad. I meant Henderson. But yeah, Henderson, that train derailed a long time ago, and then everything in it blew up on the side of the tracks in that Tampa Bay game.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Everybody keep getting on me for bringing that up. They be like, "See, they quit bringing up the past." Well, damn it, that's what I got. That's what I got to work on. That's you know how we talk about Bryce and all the stuff that he's done and it don't mean nothing now. Well, with C.J. Henderson, that's all I got to work on. Now,
Lord
and
have
I
mercy.
always say this about him though. I say I'm just talking football wise. He's probably a great person, but he gonna
Probably
have
Mm.
to
is.
show and prove something to me before I go and get the remains of that train, put it back together, put it back on the tracks, and get it rolling again.
When I seen his interview, that was the most I've ever seen him like openly talk. I said,
I
yeah,
agree. I agree.
you could tell that he's desperately wanting to get that bag because he
Mhm.
never talked as much as he did. He was like,
Mm-mm.
it was like, wow, you actually,
Well, that
got
that
some
that
thoughts
that
running
motive
through your head.
Yeah.
motivation to hit you, boy, when they decline that 5th-year option, and now you on your last
Mhm.
year
And that
You
and
better
then the
you got to
baby,
preach.
show
and,
you got to
and
show and prove.
yeah, and then
You
he
know
got
what
a
I'm
baby on the
saying?
way. He just had a baby, so he's a brand new
Mhm.
father.
Yeah,
So
That's it
hey,
right there. It's that
you
baby.
you
that
you
That
have
baby.
you have no other option. This is your make or break a year right now. You either gonna barbecue or meal do.
well, since you talked about barbecue,
You and me'll do.
this is one of my favorite questions. You know
Oh,
what I
here
mean?
we go.
It's NFL time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We all have our dope beverages. And we know chicken gonna be ate every game. Are y'all a wings or drums type of guy? And what
Here we
flavor
go.
do y'all roll with?
Pop's famous
I'm
questions.
Hey, look, I like drums.
You like drums? Okay. What about you, Tony?
Lemon pepper.
Hey,
Lemon
lemon pepper.
pepper.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, I like the lemon pepper or teriyaki wings.
Okay, you drums or flats?
Drums,
Ranch or blue cheese?
ranch.
Ranch. Ah, but
Okay, all
blue
right,
cheese.
all right. Y'all can eat
Good,
beside
good,
me.
good God.
I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all can eat beside me.
Lord
The
have
only
mercy.
black person I ever known in my life to eat blue cheese is my father-in-law, and I got questions.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I ain't got Tony. Don't come up, Mrs. Tony. Don't come up
Look at
there.
Oh
here.
my
Look at here.
god.
You
Don't let
know,
us get you
eh,
in the doghouse now.
ain't nothing like that. We
I,
always go at it about that. He won't eat no other dressing but blue cheese, and I don't know where he got that from. That's all he will eat.
he might got hit
So
by a white chair.
Ain't do it.
look, I know look. We just got out of camp. Can you tell me one young player that was on the radar for you guys that you said, dang, he made me turn my head and look again? Is there anybody that you guys got that caught your eye?
It was one player I wasn't even on my damn radar. Kobe Jones.
Kobe Jones.
Yeah, he wasn't even on my damn radar, and he
We
out
cut
there
him on our
doing.
53.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Hey, he making play after play, and it was wild though because I saw a clip of him coming around the edge and Cam Irvin trying to block him, and Lord have mercy, it's like Cam Irvin tried to leg whip him or something, and almost ran in the Bryce Young knee, but luckily Bryce Young saw him, stepped out the way, and avoided the hit, and I was just like, yo, but yeah, but Kobe Jones, I mean, I think he's got a decent shot to make it. Now if he can take what he's done in camp, translate that into preseason games, make the best opportunity, make the most of every opportunity that he's given. He might be last season's Marquand McCall.
Hey, look, CJ, I seen a highlight of him yesterday going against
Mhm.
the opposite line. He ripped through old buddy. I'm talking about buddy had to be like 6'7", 330. He pushed that man back so quick.
And
I
with one
mean,
arm.
it was crazy. I said,
Him
okay,
with that long
Kobe.
arm.
Kobe
Him with
is
that
Mhm.
long
vicious.
arm.
Kobe vicious, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Well,
what about you, Tony? One
for
player
me,
that caught your
I
eye.
think I would have to go with Jonathan Mingo.
Oh boy, the golden goose. Good
Yeah,
God.
I would have to
Bingo,
go with Jonathan
Mingo.
Mingo.
He got the lingo.
Here we
Yeah,
Oh
go.
my.
because
Here we
What
go.
about
I
Mango has stood out? Please tell me.
he has
I'm interested to
shown
hear that too.
he has shown a consistency throughout training camp. While we were there, the 7 days, the first week of practice that we went to, he showed consistency each and every day. You didn't see him drop two. I can remember he dropped like two balls.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like either day two or day three. And I was always curious how he was going to bounce back the next day. And the next day, he didn't have any drops. I'm always looking to see how a player, especially a young player, how they bounce back from having a disappointing or a bad day. That to me says a lot about that player. Can you take the coaching? Can the coach point out to you your flaws and say you need to do X, Y, Z? You need to bend, your out route need to be 10 yards, not 11 yards. You need to come back, this way or that way. Whatever the case may be. You go back, you study it, you improve on it or whatever, and you come back out and you show your improvement the next day.
Mm.
And that next day, he came back out, man. He didn't have no drops. And I think that's
Tony,
one of the better practices that he had. And I'm just speaking
Tony.
on a consistent level throughout training
So
camp. I ain't talking about
Oh,
just a one
okay.
one hit wonder or 1 day wonder. I'm talking about consistently throughout training camp. That he would be the young guy that has stood out for me.
Yes, sir,
okay.
Tony. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Oh,
so you not concerned that his daddy didn't wrap his arm around him and gave him a good hug and say, "You are our next guy. We are taking you on the Mount Rushmore to the Carolina Panthers." Uh, Steve Smith, Musa Muhammad has wrapped their hands around this boy. The powers that may be for Carolina has said he is it. They
Well,
pushed
well,
Mingo
don't
out.
well
Hmm.
don't
Well, if
well,
he not,
well
we know who to blame.
don't you put some respect on the legends to know that they know talent when they see it? They
Oh
know
no,
greatness
not
no,
at
when
all.
they see
No,
it.
not at all.
No.
no.
So when have Steve Smith led us wrong? Because from my understanding,
DJ.
ever since I've seen him on TV or on YouTube, whatever, when he talks about a particular player, it pretty much has been true.
He only been right about Greg Olson because DJ Moore he said was going to replace
Yep,
him,
yep.
and he said DJ Moore was the next great guy. They
No,
haven't found a replacement since me.
there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
tell you.
Right? He
DJ
did
is
I'm,
say
it.
that.
I'm gonna
He
tell you
did.
what
He
hurt
did
me
say
hurt
that.
me so bad about DJ. He'll make a big play. It could be it don't have to be a big play. He made a catch. It would take him 10 seconds to get off that damn ground. And if you win a 2 minute drill,
Facts.
DJ is still laying on the ground. Get your ass up, DJ.
No
Facts.
yards after the
Facts.
catch. No yards
Yeah,
after the
leave.
catch.
Wally.
We gotta
On the
hurry up and
Facts.
get a
ground.
field
You know
goal.
what,
He's
Wally?
still on the ground.
Listen,
Get off the ground, DJ.
me and CJ had this
Get
conversation
up,
a number
DJ.
of times, and I was like, listen, as much as I love DJ Moore, two things he was not that good at. He wasn't good at route running. Route running was not his specialty.
Mm.
And the thing that used to always kill me about DJ Moore to be 6'1", 210. When you when you go back and look at tape last year, and you can see the difference when LaVisca Chenault catch the ball, a screen pass, and turn upfield, as opposed to when DJ would catch a ball on a screen pass and turn upfield. It was like night and day. Like you catch a screen pass, you turn up the field and you get moving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Hmm.
North and south is your only destination. DJ Moore back there that damn doing a two-step. Like, dude, you are bigger than most cornerbacks.
Mm.
Turn it upfield, square your shoulder pass, and get moving. It used to kill me. Now, a lot of people think that DJ Moore is going to be this great number one wide receiver now that he's in Chicago.
Nope.
And I say, well, he'll probably be a good number one receiver in Chicago because who else is going to be a number one receiver in Chicago,
Oh my God.
right? If
It's
DJ Moore was
Brees.
I know.
still,
I
if
know.
DJ Moore was still in Carolina this year
Uh,
with the receivers that we brought in right now, I wouldn't think that DJ Moore would be the number one wide receiver.
I'm gonna be real with you. The only knock that I got for DJ is he's not a true alpha. He's not an alpha male that's assertive
Right.
enough to really go out and say, "Give me the ball. I need this." Now he don't have any aggressiveness to him at all.
He's too
He's more
passive.
lackadaisical, passive. There we go.
Yeah,
He's way
too
too
passive.
passive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
But
most fired up I seen him get was when he caught that touchdown against Atlanta last year.
And yeah,
Got
and
a
took his
penalty.
helmet off.
And
Got
then
a
took his
penalty.
damn helmet off.
mhm.
Yeah,
But you know what though? We got him and Eddie P to thank for that game, because if we'd have won that game, we
I knew he was
wouldn't
gonna
be
bring
sitting
it
here
up.
now talking about Bryce. You know I'm gonna bring it up. You know I'm gonna bring it up. I say this all the time. We got
Hey,
him
Q,
and
that's
Pinero
CJ
to
boy,
thank.
Eddie P. Fast Eddie, what we call him.
Now Eddie P hurt. Now
There we
Eddie P
go.
hurt.
Here we go.
And he hurt.
He
And
did it
Now he
like
hurt.
Martin. He did it like Martin. Pretty Ricky is what we call him.
So Tony CJ, quick question. Give us your early predictions. You know what I'm saying? You have the right to change your mind later.
10-7 NFC South champs. Go ahead and mark it down.
Okay. Tony?
Okay.
Yeah, I say 9-8 or 10-7. I said that with this current regime and with the stability that we're going to have at quarterback going forward, there's no reason why we can't flip the script and be a +3 in the win column. So that will flip us from 7-10 to 10-7, and I believe that we NFC South champ this year as well.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I like it. I like
just
it.
look at last season. Look at what the hell we went through last season, start to finish. We went through Baker Mayfield, Matt
Mhm.
Rule,
Mm.
Steve Wilkes wanting to run the ball, 90 plays
PJ
a
Walker.
game.
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker. I mean, all of it. I put it like this. This has been my motto lately. The Carolina Panthers are due for a come up. Okay. And I do believe this is that season where it's going to start. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, we're going all the way to the Super Bowl this year. But I do think when we look back some years later, this is going to be where it all started. I do believe success is coming.
Man, look
Yes,
at here.
Okay.
Look, these fellas are on it today. If you're just getting in here, like, subscribe, comment to the video. Y'all already know what time it is. Two fans in the stands is in the building. Shout out to Tony and CJ. We know CJ has to run, but we'll still be thugging it here with Tony. Look, man, if y'all just getting in here, wipe your feet off on the mat, man. Look, we got the Jets this Saturday. How y'all feel our chances, going up against old Aaron Rodgers over there? Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
I like him.
Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say, for me, I don't get too excited about preseason games, especially the first preseason. I would like to see Bryce Young, if it's all possible, play a full quarter. I believe he needs that. As far as the outcome of the game, I don't really care about the outcome of the game. I just want to see these guys go and execute. I want to see them see what the game plan is going to be like. I want to see some of these young guys that's trying to make the team, make a name for themselves. I want to see them step up and be productive. Other than that, man, I just want to see the guys. I just want to see them do well. Because we got a new defensive scheme, the new 3-4 defense. We got a new offense. I want to see how this triangle offense that Frank Wright has going to mesh with the wide zone run game that Thomas Brown is bringing from the Rams. I want to see how all that is going to what it's going to look like and how it's going to all come together. Now I know everybody's running base defenses and base offense. Nothing too elaborate is going to happen, but I just want to see some execution. That's all. I want to see some good execution.
That's what I said the other day. I don't give a damn how vanilla it is. Whatever the play call, run that bitch. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how vanilla it is. Execute. As long as I see that, I am happy.
But you know what I'm looking for in the preseason? I'm just looking for competency. I got to see us have a fluent looking offense, at least, because that'll give me a little bit of peace. Because in the last 2 years, we haven't seen a structured offense at all. Give me a little bit of vanilla, but make sure it's competent. That's
So
all I
y'all,
ask
Yeah,
for.
so y'all don't want to
I
see
agree with
tight
that.
end screens 30 times during the game.
Here we go.
I mean,
There's
hey,
I
always
don't.
one,
I don't
bro.
think
There's
we're
always
going to
hey, I'm
see.
one.
good.
I don't think we're going to see tight end screens 30 times a game.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? Before I get out of here, though, also one thing I want to see, and I want to see it start now. I want to see the coaching staff when they get in certain situations act like they got some damn sense.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's what I want to see. There were too many times where Matt Rule standing on that sideline and the camera panning to him, and he over there like this, like he ain't know what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hell was
yeah,
going
right.
on.
Yeah.
Let me
Man,
tell
come
you,
on,
Yeah,
CJ.
exactly.
hey,
He
am I
wasn't
lying,
faking
fellas?
it. He wasn't
Am
He
I
faking it.
wasn't
lying?
He
faking it,
didn't know
bro.
what
He
was
didn't
going
know. He
on.
didn't
Nah, he
know.
Nah,
ain't lying.
He
sitting
didn't
over there
know.
like,
Come on,
He was a
man.
fathead,
I gotta go watch the tape. I gotta go watch the tape.
fat,
yeah.
I gotta go
fathead
watch the
Let
tape.
gentleman.
me
Yeah,
call my wife and ask her what she want me to do. Yeah,
Old biscuit head
Now
ass.
see
Put you in. Put
that's
you
the
in.
one thing about Wilt that I was like, oh man, at least we got a competent coach, because when he was asked a direct question about a direct play, it wasn't I got to go watch the tape. The tape don't lie. Well, let me look at the tape.
he
He knew
gave you an
exactly
answer.
what you were talking about. He knew exactly
right.
what we should have done.
Yep.
So we knew that we didn't have competent coaching. Somebody should
hmm
have been rectified the situation, but I mean, it is what it is now. So
Yep.
let's get
Yeah.
to it.
Hey, but fellas, I got to get out of here. It was a pleasure. I thank y'all for having me on. Poppin', Wiley, Q, Go. You know, I'm gonna get with you later, Go. Hopefully, we might figure out we family. We might be going to the same
No
family
doubt, no
reunion.
doubt. We might be.
All right.
No
Sir.
Yeah,
doubt.
but look, I want to shout out my son, Philip O'Berry High School. He's a freshman on JV team. This is first scrimmage. So let me get up out of here for my
My brother
wife
went to
get.
Philip
Do work,
Berry.
cuz
That's what's
do
up.
Yes,
work.
sir. Yes,
All right,
sir,
y'all. Hey,
man.
be good, fellas. I see y'all.
All right, now.
Blessings, brother.
No
Blessings.
doubt. All right, brother.
Look at here, Tony. We we we
What's
we we
happening?
All
we,
right,
we
Tony,
gotta
don't be
get
sweating
to
now.
it.
Don't be sweating.
We gotta get to it, brother.
Oh, I ain't
There's
never
a
sweat, my boy. Ain't never no pressure over here.
Here we go.
Nah,
Here we go, Tony.
nah,
go.
you got the wrong one. You got
Yes,
me fucked
sir.
up. If you think that's what it's about.
What you got? What you got for Tony, man?
Yeah.
Well,
Come
other
on
than
with
a
it.
lot of the questions had already been asked, but you know, y'all said, well, like you said, Tony, you alluded to, man, you ain't too much worried. You about like me. You ain't too much worried about the preseason because you ain't gonna see a lot of stuff. Some stuff is gonna be vanilla or whatever. So let's go
Right.
ahead and fast forward past the preseason. Now you looking at Atlanta. Atlanta said they're gonna be run heavy. Now you see what we did with the defensive line, and do you think our run defense is gonna be stouter and much better
Then last year?
than than last year?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that our run defense will be better this year than last year.
And they took an approach to stop the run. They got bigger, beefier guys. They said Marquise McCall, who was already on the roster.
Snacks. Shout out to Snacks.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
who was that? They called him Twitchy. You know what I'm saying? That he was, for a big man, that he's twitchy. Now we all
He
seen
is.
this in the last regime. And me and Q used to come on all the time, like, why is this guy not getting more run? Why is this guy not getting more run? Now, as you go up and down that retweak defense, y'all alluded to it a little bit, saying, okay, everybody knows we're going from a 4-3 to a 3-4 and all types of things like that. Let's elaborate on the defense. Have we made enough changes? Do we have enough depth? How you feel about that? Them corners after the starters, everything after the starters. How do you feel about our depth?
Nervous as hell.
Okay, good answer.
Nervous as
Good
hell.
answer.
When we talking,
Good, great
because
answer.
here's the thing with the cornerback position. This is something that me and CJ been talking about ever since the season ended last year, that we needed to upgrade at the corner position because history has shown us Dante Jackson can't stay healthy, and so far J.C. Horn hasn't played a full season. So
Hmm.
what was the depth? What was the depth behind J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson. Well, last year we saw Keith Taylor and we saw C.J. Henderson. I don't want to sit here and say that they were the sole reason that cost us the game against Tampa Bay, because let Steve Wilkes tell it. There were some miscommunications from the safety position, that guys not being where they need to be, providing help over the top. Okay, I get that. But outside of Dante Jackson and J.C. Horn, those two corners didn't give me any comfort to say that if those other two guys are hurt, they can stand up and hold their own. You know, we that position goes from a position of strength to a position of liability real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And when we traded up to get DJ Johnson in the third round, I was mad as hell because one of the cornerbacks who I felt should have went in the first round, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤 out of Georgia, was still
Oh,
available
on the
to
move.
Carolina
No, bro.
in the
No.
third round. Now,
Uh, can I say something about that?
Go ahead, Wiley.
yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
All right.
yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead, Wiley.
Ringo ain't nothing but C.J. Henderson. Did you not hear the stuff that came out of Georgia? He didn't want to show up. He don't practice. The reason why the Philly took him because they figured they got all those guys from Georgia and they could motivate him to do the right thing. Think about that. He got talent all day long, but he don't have the will to come and play.
Mm.
He got that
You
five
don't
star
think
talent.
so?
Nah, bro. Look at Georgia.
Oh.
He's just like that guy. Remember, he was number one or number two, and the guy at LSU that also got drafted late in the the fourth or fifth round. They both were number one and number two top cornerbacks when they came out of high school. Why did those guys go to college and become fourth and fifth round draft picks? Because it's not because they skill, it's because they're motor. It's because they unwillingness to learn. That's all.
Hmm. Okay. Well, like I said, only thing I really know about 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤 is what I've seen on tape. Um, he's a press man cover. You know, I think he, I don't I think he works better playing press man or man to man cover than he does playing zone. Big cornerback, what he's like 6'2", 205, 210,
Mm-hmm.
ran a
Mm-hmm.
4.35
Mm-hmm.
at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's pressed or when he got you man to man and he can get his hands on you, I like that. I like
Okay.
that. Now
That sounds.
there were some games, there were some times
Mm,
where I've seen them get burned. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about somebody, each game they play, he was always matched up with their best wide receiver. So
okay.
he was never scared of competition. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some.
Hmm.
But I think I like more what I saw on the winning side than on the losing side.
I bet you if you go back and you look at the readout on C.J. Henderson, it says exactly what you just said.
Well,
Oh boy.
until he proved me otherwise, I can't put him in that category just yet.
Oh
Okay.
I
All right.
can't do
boy,
that.
y'all hard on
Okay.
CJ.
Hey
Look at
man,
here.
Hey,
it
but
is what
see,
it is.
you CJ was a dog at Florida, and for the life of me, I don't know what the hell happened when he got to Jacksonville. His rookie
See?
year, he played okay, but after
Mm-hmm.
that, man, it's like it went all downhill, bro. And I don't know why.
Okay, okay. Look at here. We got a question from the chat for you. Shout out to Wolf Solidified. Atlanta is in the building. He said, "Are you guys winning the South?" Ask him, Q. Are you winning the South?
Hell yeah, Wolf.
Wolf,
There we go.
what you
There we
thought he
go.
was gonna say, Wolf?
You weren't
Well,
gonna say the Saints.
what you thought? Yeah,
No.
what you thought I was gonna
What
say?
is this? What is
Hey
this?
Tony, check this out. So
What is
I
this?
think I mentioned to you earlier that we did a 53, and I think we're all astonished on the guys we weren't expecting that we cut on our early 53 to now to be like showing out. And
Mm-hmm.
this guy has not been uh one of the favorites, should I say? But it looks like he's moved up in rank. I'm talking about the one and only Blastoid, Deontay Brown. How you feel about him?
Oh wow! I know you did. You bested today.
Hey man,
I thought you were gonna say
Listen.
𝐤𝐸𝐤𝐳𝐫, but you said Deontay Brown. Lord have mercy.
I know I'm about to catch some flack for what I'm about to say, but I'm a Deontay Brown fan.
I do it. See, look at Poppin being messy.
I'm a Deontay Brown fan, and I'm gonna tell you why. When Deontay Brown came out of Alabama, people tend to forget that Deontay Brown was All-American. Deontay Brown was a 2-year starter at Alabama. Deontay Brown missed one game in 3 years at Alabama. He was overweight. Granted, I give you that. But here's my thing. If he can move the way he moved at 365, 370 pounds at Alabama, why can't he move like that in the NFL? Now, granted, I know Matt Rule to fit their offensive system, whatever they had going on, wanted him to lose weight. Okay, cool. Got that. He right now is down to about 335, 330. My thing is, I'm just waiting for the young man to get an opportunity. I believe once he get an opportunity to get in the game and show you what he's really capable of, I don't think there's no looking back. But until he has to get the opportunity, huh?
I think we're gonna see him Saturday. I really do.
Because if you go back and look at some of the highlights that's on the internet right now, he was holding his own in one-on-ones against the Jets defensive line. When I seen him in practice, the week that we were there, he was working with the second team offensive line at left guard. Now I know when that depth chart came out, it said he was right guard. Well, I ain't putting too much stock in that whole depth chart because I just don't believe that depth chart. I just think that's just something that is threw out there because it didn't match what you saw or what I saw in training camp. Deontay Brown was working primarily at left guard behind Brady Christensen. And
the coaches don't make the
one-on-ones,
depth chart anyway. Just let people know.
when he was in one-on-ones, when they doing the one-on-one drills, your man was holding his own. Now I don't know what James Camping or them boys how they feel about him, but I honestly believe once he get the opportunity, whether it's in Carolina or somewhere else, when he get on the field, I believe it's gonna be hard for you to get him off.
Yeah, I mean James Camping co-signed for him. That's why he brought him back. He was the reason why Deontay Brown's here. Only thing I don't want them to do is don't make that boy run suicides no more. Please, y'all are killing him. Because I was out there. I know you seen it. I know you seen him.
And back together when they was running those 50-yard gashes.
Yeah, the back. That shit almost killed nobody. I was like, bro, y'all got to give my IV. Y'all got to bring the card out because I mean he made it. But
it was somebody else. It was somebody else that was running with him. Man, they run about good 10, 15 to 20 yards, and they shut it down.
Shut it down like hell no, cut me.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I just think he needs the opportunity, man. That's a road grader.
That is, bro.
Road grader, strong as hell. I mean, you
get Saunders running behind him. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like Chandler Zavala, but he hasn't gotten out there on the field yet. So we don't know what he can do.
I have a question, Tony. Wasn't Brown playing right tackle though in college, or was he playing left tackle in college?
He's playing right guard.
Guard.
Right guard.
I thought he was playing right.
He played right and left guard at Alabama. He played both. Yeah, he played both.
Well,
he played both for Alabama.
It ain't gonna do no good to get his ass on the field, cause your boy Q, I got no faith in Brown whatsoever.
Hater.
I heard you. I heard you talk about him, Q. Go ahead. Go and get your rocks off.
Sack of shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hater.
This Wiley's stepson. So you know Wiley loved to adopt over here. He got a house full of them kids on his roster.
Oh God.
God almighty.
All right.
Look, man, it's been a pleasure having you here. First of all, this is Two Fans in the Stands, everybody. Make sure y'all go down in the bottom of this video. Make sure you click on it, show them love, subscribe to their channel. Let's run them up, man. Y'all already know this has been so much fun. We had Tony and CJ in the building today. Can we get a last word from you, Tony?
Hey, we greatly appreciate it, man. Like Q said, just go to Two Fans in the Stands, subscribe, man. We new to this. Matter of fact, I put out my first solo clip yesterday. Didn't look too good. I don't really care. I'm just starting. Hey, just all learning experience. Feel free to get some feedback, man. We're gonna try to build up that thing and keep it going. We look forward to being back on Black Cat Panther podcast, man. Appreciate y'all guys for inviting us on. Appreciate the love and support. Salute to all you guys, man. And yeah, we here and we ain't going nowhere.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to Wolf Solidified. He said, "I'm gonna see you soon." That's my Falcon.
Already. Hey, Wolf. One thing about me, when I pull up with a fire truck with no water. So you know what that means, right?
All right, Wolf. He about to get on your ass, Wolf. I'm about to leave it alone.
Long as you know.
He got the rice and the beans for you. Oh hell.
Okay. All right. I don't eat beans. So
Oh man, popping. Wiley, man. Go. Y'all boys give us a last word, man. You muted, Pop. You mute.
I'm muted. I didn't even know I was muted, man. I be trying to be quiet, respectful of the guests. But y'all know right here, it's going down. Meet and greet. Black Cat Panthers on. Make sure y'all come. It's November 18th, the weekend of the Cowboys. We're gonna do our party Saturday, and then we're gonna have a sit down and watch the game if you want to watch. Everything is free. The food is free. The drinks are free. The entertainment is free. Only thing you got to do is bring your ass. That's it. That's all we ask. So if you want to come through, hit that Black Cat Panther podcast at gmail.com. RSVP yourself. Put your real name and your YouTube name so we know who we're dealing with. And that way we can get a head count. And hey, look, just bring your ass. That's all we ask.
Yes, sir. I will post that in the community. Tony and CJ, y'all boys are more than welcome. If y'all free on the weekend of the 18th and the 19th, and y'all in Charlotte, Lake Wiley, please pull on up on us, man. If y'all got nothing to do, roll with your boys.
And everything's free. Who don't like free?
hey man, if I was there, I wish I could. If I was there, I would. But you know, I'm 8,000 miles away from you boys, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna let CJ have to pull up on y'all.
We got to send him a care package, y'all.
Man, look at here. Everybody watching this has been Two Fans in the Stands, rocking it against Black Cat, man. I love what I see. Make sure y'all show these brothers some love. And we out here, y'all. Y'all have yourselves a good one.
Peace.